Do you like Sonic? Send us reasons why at fromahadpodcast@gmail.com.
We have no life, we have no job, we have no money, we have no love, we have no food, we have no skills, we have no talent. We've got a hat, we've got a hat, we've got a hat. It's a nice hat.
Welcome to From a Hat, the show where we draw a topic out of a hat, just like it says on the title. I'm Ben.
I'm Jesse.
I am.
They looked deep into each other's eyes when they did that, listeners.
That's how we greet each other every morning.
It was magical.
You guys are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Who's drawing out of the hat?
Oh, but you.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Your turn.
Give it a whirl.
Alright.
Shake it. Shake it real hard.
I don't want to.
Harder.
Fuck you.
Well, the people will come out.
It just says Bob the Builder.
Okay. Bob the Builder.
So the Bob the Builder thing?
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
we know.
no, that's the first option.
Yeah, but it's the only option.
No. Hardware Store by Weird Al Yankovic.
No. Oh, Hardware Store is good.
Just the bridge.
Is that the song we're talking about?
Yeah.
Regulators, generators, matching salt and pepper shakers.
Fast rap of fast raps.
But I want to use the Bob the Builder thing.
No!
Alright, Grover. Fine, whatever.
Okay.
Are you ready, Bob?
Yes.
What about you, Lovely?
I'm a bit scared. Okay, team, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's outside, so come on, let's ride to the builder's yard around the corner. The gang's all here, and it's time for us to do what we wanna. There's a house with a roof that leaks. It's an urgent job, and it could take us weeks. They're dizzy, lofty, and rolly too. Wendy always knows just what to do. And there's no job too big or small. With scoop and mug, we can do it all. Metal, brick, or wood, it's all good, and we can always send in the tractor. A little bit of timber and a
So I have questions.
Of course you do.
Fire away. I'll answer them.
What is Bob?
Oh,
What's his hands?
builder.
Fair
Am
enough.
I wrong?
What is-
End of episode. There we go. Thanks for coming, guys.
Why is Spud
Is
Spud's
the scarecrow?
Yeah.
The living scarecrow?
You can only assume magic, right?
My belief is that it's just a costume. Because there's no, evidence of Spud being cut open and just hay coming out.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
There's hay coming out of the bottom of his head, and he also spends a lot of time up on the thing, on the little cross thing.
Or
Maybe he's Jesus.
he might just be stuffing straw in his shirt and sleeves, and he might just like that.
There's also various points where his nose gets pushed back into his head.
Oh my gosh.
His carrot nose.
Okay,
Well, it could be like a fake. No,
maybe he's got a head hole. He's got a
just
donut-shaped head.
totally invert.
Maybe. Yeah, properly invert. Or he loses it entirely. That's a regular plot on Bob.
That he loses his carrot.
Yeah,
get
what are the
another-
two? Okay, fine. So he's just a guy in a suit. I can accept that. What's Wendy's job?
Who's Wendy?
Wendy is Bob's assistant. She worked at the woman that is with Bob all the time at his
I thought they
yard.
were a couple.
Nope.
What?
Wendy lives in an apartment across the road from the yard. Bob lives in a house.
Oh.
I guess she's like a secretary sort of person.
But she wears fucking gumboots and a hat, and she's always there on the jobs.
She's deputy builder. Co-builder. The builder.
Alright, okay. What is with Bob's fucking machines?
Okay, now that's the question.
Here's where we get to the meat of it.
Okay.
Was Bob cursed? Are they cursed?
Or is it a blessing?
Is it Beauty and the Bob?
Is Bob Beauty and the Beast?
Is Spud the Beast? Is it Beauty?
Do you want to know what makes it even weirder? There's a Christmas special where we meet Bob's brother who lives in the North Pole. He has fucking a snowmobile? That's sentient?
Is his brother a friend of Santa?
No, he's just a bloke.
Who lives at the North Pole?
He's
What
like
does he do there?
he's a researcher.
Oh.
He's like a scientist.
But he has a sleigh?
Yeah, no, he has a snowmobile.
Oh, okay. He's got like a plow.
No, it's like a little, those quad bikes that have like the
Oh,
treads?
okay, right.
Like
Did
that.
he drive it there? Why does he bring that?
He just has it with him in the North Pole. He leaves it there, and then when he goes to see Bob.
Oh, okay,
Wouldn't
right.
it be great if
Why
he
is
had a
it-
bobsled?
Well,
Oh
That'd
my
just
God.
make my day.
That'd be
There's
like
an episode-
season finale.
There's a thing where they decide that Bob gets a contract to build an eco-friendly town, and as a result of getting the contract, he buys a new piece of equipment that is a quad bike.
Oh.
The quad bike is sentient. So are all machines sentient, or just whatever Bob touches? Is Bob a witch?
Is Bob a witch? No, because it's like... So when Bob gets work,
Yeah.
he's the one who gets paid? It's not like a thing where he pays the machines? The machines just do his bidding?
They're his machines. Why would he pay them?
So they're still, like, used as tools. They're just sentient.
Yeah.
So, is
They're
there some...
construction equipment.
Yeah, so who's making sentient construction equipment?
Exactly what I asked! Is Bob a witch?
No, but, like, I'm implying that there's a corporation that makes sentience.
Bobco!
Bob. Why is it... Stop putting
It's all
Bob in
Bob.
this! Bob doesn't make the machines.
Is Bob the Builder in the same universe as Thomas the Tank Engine?
They're both stop motion. Look at that on the fucking recording.
There's a company that's just making machines and those equipment and just puts faces on them.
No!
Gets them living.
Is Ringo Starr part of Bob the
I don't get it.
Builder? I need to look at the Bob the Builder wiki.
Yeah.
Okay, I've calmed down. Alright, he can't be in the same... Okay,
Okay.
he
All
could
right.
be in the same dimension as Thomas.
Okay. Are they Transformers?
No, because Thomas in Thomas the Tank Engine, right, in the Thomas the Tank Engine movie,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
there's a portal.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
I do know about this.
Yeah, because
What?
you listened to that episode
I
of
did,
Plumbing? Yeah,
yeah.
there's an episode of Plumbing the Death Star that talks about what life is like on the island of Sodor where
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine is.
It's scary. The answer is it's scary.
It's scary, but all the trains, they go through this portal and they gain a face.
Yeah.
What?
There's a portal.
There's a so the
Yeah,
island
no,
of Sodor
I
is
got
an
exactly
island.
what you said. I'm fucking bewildered.
It's an
Portal that goes to
interdimensional portal. What do you
somewhere
expect?
in America, I think.
Yeah, it's somewhere in America.
Yeah, and so real trains go in, and when they come out into the island of Sodor, they're living trains. And then they go back and they're real trains.
So what if Bob,
Uh-huh.
because Bob's British, isn't he? Or is he Australian?
He's not Australian.
He's not American.
Must be British.
Probably British.
I feel like he's a show. I distinctly remember Bob having not having a British accent though.
Yeah, he's got like a universal accent.
Yeah. Maybe okay, whatever. Maybe Bob's on the island of Sodor, which I don't think is accurate because he'd have a Welsh accent because that's why in Wales.
Maybe he's just across the water somewhere. A different island.
Because it's like
But
the
in that
portal is
magical-
just into that realm. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only landmass in it.
Is there a whole world where each island has people with
Ben is looking increasingly terrified as he continues.
different large scale pieces of machinery with wheels and such, and like different facets of trains and construction and things like that. What else is there?
What do you mean? What else is there?
What else is on this plane of existence?
What other islands? What other themes are there for the different islands?
I'm still reeling from Bob.
Would Transformers work? Or are they just aliens?
Well, because they don't transform. They can't be Transformers.
Yeah, but they're still sentient machines.
Yeah, but Transformers, when their cars don't have faces.
They might.
They don't.
They might.
They don't,
They
though.
could.
I've seen them. They don't.
They have them. They're just hidden. They're just tucked in.
Inside.
Ben is upset. There are other shows with other sentient objects, though.
Like what?
I'm fucking trying to think of one. But
Do they have faces?
I'm fucking...
Aside from Thomas and Bob,
Thomas and Bob. They just sound like regular names, but they're so loaded with
One's a
meaning
train
now.
and one's a witch.
Or Although, is he now?
He's a witch!
Because he's on the same
He
plane
might not be
as-
a witch,
Yeah, he
to
might
be
not be a
fair.
witch.
I don't think they're on the same plane because there's a different kind of animation.
The Cars universe.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're fucking back. Cars,
We're
planes.
here.
But we figured out that though. Me, John, not you, Jesse. Me, John, William, and Phoenix figured out the Cars universe. It's like the Terminator universe. It's just society evolved like Cybermen and Doctor Who, and we got upgraded, and all the real bodies got thrown away because why live in a fragile body when you can become a man who is a car?
Sure.
And
With no opposable thumbs.
And childbirth, instead of like sex or whatever, they just drive where they want to go because that's the car version of banging is driving. And like to form a child, well, there's that scene in Cars where he goes on that romantic drive with the lady car.
Could just be a date.
It's not. It's banging.
Oh, okay.
They draw instead of like they're like okay, we want to have a kid, so it's the drive to the factory where they make the car and they decide on the way.
Like robots.
Yes, they decide on the way what they're doing with what they want the baby to be, and then they get there and the baby gets made, and they can take out bits
Like
of
a
it.
Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, but with life.
A Build-A-Baby.
Build a boy or girl.
And the only part of the car or whatever that matters is the engine, so you can take the engine out and put it in different car bodies, and it can be modified and whatnot.
Wait, so can you live forever if you just keep chucking your engine into different chassis?
Theoretically.
Wow. Cars have reached the singularity.
But some cars grow old, and some cars choose to die, however. That's how Doc Hudson died, and the founder of Radiator Springs.
Oh my god.
So, it can't be the Cars universe.
Okay.
Unless it's a recent development. Which begs the question, who are the people that Bob put in the machines? Scoot, Muck, Dizzy, Rolly 2. Lofty and Wendy join the crew. Wendy's next.
When's Wendy gonna get...
What machine is Wendy gonna be? A crane?
A windmill.
Oh my god.
Because she's Wendy.
Oh my god.
That's not a machine that you can use at a construction site.
It's a machine that you can use on a farm. Who's on a farm? Spud.
I feel that Bob's a witch.
Okay, bringing it back. Okay.
Because
So
it's the least horrific.
okay, who granted Bob his powers?
He's a witch. Satanic rituals and whatnot.
Oh, so he responds to Satan?
Yeah, he's a witch.
Okay.
Is
Is he one of Satan's wives?
No, he's just a regular witch.
Just a regular house variety witch.
If Bob's not a witch, then Wendy's a witch. One of them's a witch.
There's a witch somewhere.
They're witches.
There's some witchy stuff
That's
going
the
on.
only way they can get all that clearance for construction done in such a small town, and the mayor's always on side with them and always gives them clearance. There's something involved. Either
His
Bob
mind is addled.
There's something about Bob.
Okay, alright. When's Bob's reign going to end? What's his end goal?
When the trains come.
Oh my god.
Coming off the train.
Is he trying to summon the portal to Sodor?
Perhaps Bob. Okay.
Okay.
So if Bob is a witch, then his ultimate goal is the destruction of mankind.
Something about the way you said that sentence was just like, so, if she floats in water, she's made of wood, and therefore... A witch! A witch! Does he float in water?
I don't think so.
Surely, if he ever went in water, it'd be like, oh my gosh, Bob is in the stream, we have to save him.
Right.
Every time Bob's
Because
in
he's a town hero.
because there's times when when they're building like the eco-friendly additions to the city, where they're like figuring out a stream because they try to build a city basically in tune with the land.
Yeah.
So they like Bob's like
the sacred holy earth.
Yeah, like he falls into a stream at one point, and just climbs back out again.
Okay.
Like
So he doesn't melt like the Witch of the West.
No, he's not that kind of witch.
He's a different witch.
So if Bob's a witch,
Okay.
maybe the trains were his first attempt.
Are you saying that the Isle of Sodor was a mistake of Bob?
Bob was born on the Isle of Sodor.
Okay.
He cursed some people on the Isle of Sodor into trains.
He's a hardware witch.
And the Fat Controller was just the guy who was like, you're going to help me fucking cover this up, or I'm going to turn you into a fucking train, fat boy.
Oh shit.
So the Fat Controller was forced to assist Bob in the cover-up. Maybe he's in Bob's thrall.
Okay.
Like, you know how vampires have thralls?
Yeah.
He's that, but for a witch.
Sure.
Right? Maybe he's Bob's... But witches have cats. Bob has a cat.
Oh, he
He
does.
does have a cat.
And he has brooms.
He has brooms. He has a living scarecrow. Maybe the fact
He has brooms? He has a house.
He's a house.
Like, just... Oh, right. I thought you meant like...
No, it's not like
There
a...
were some brooms that are flying around and have faces.
No, God. No.
This one's called Geraldine.
What?
What
Jail Bean?
Jail bean.
This one's called
Bean.
Jail Bean.
Wet rock.
Sweat Rock.
Anyway.
And,
So, if Bob... Alright, Bob... Maybe the Fat Controller was Bob's first familiar.
okay.
Who he...
Made
Like
into-
all familiars, they can be turned in... Multi-turned, whatever. He turned the Fat... Maybe the Fat Controller was a mouse. Or a rat that Bob just enchanted. And
A
made...
remote control car.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Keeping
sure.
it hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
A drill. A
hardware
power
based-
drill.
Yeah.
Alright. So Bob
Uh-huh.
fled the scene, practiced a couple more times on trains and helicopters,
Alright.
before taking up residence in a small town that he knew he could manipulate on the mainland.
Okay.
And that's when he enchanted his machines to do his bidding.
Okay.
You got it right this time.
Are they tourists, the machines? Or are they part of the original construction crew? Because what happens when a tourist visits the town of Bob?
Town of Bob.
Well, I don't know what it's called.
They Toy Story.
What?
Tourist visits and all the machines just shut their eyes. I
Oh, like
guess.
Andy's coming?
Yeah. I don't know why I put emphasis on story.
Hey, Toy Story!
They Toy Story.
Oh my god. And then what if they're staying for like a month visiting relatives?
They get snatched.
That's the crew.
The scooper. What's the guy with the big? He's got like the big bucket. on
Which
a-
colour?
Blue.
That's
No, he's a
Lofty,
crane.
dickhead.
Yeah.
You're not even close.
But
I was
the first
thinking
time
of
I've
him.
heard anyone say, "That's Lofty, dickhead."
No, yeah. Lofty comes along. Like they're walking along. They see all the construction.
That's why
and they're like,
Lofty's
"That's
so
fine."
fucking...
And then Lofty just goes, picks them up by the scruff of the neck, flicks them over to someone else who has like a
Into the cement mixer.
yeah,
Dizzy's
and
not
then
that
and then Bob does. Oh yeah, Dizzy's.
What if it's like the mouth of the horse in the Brothers Grimm, or just like,
big. Oh.
like it perfect
Would.
cells.
She would.
Ooh. Ooh.
They get chucked in there. She spins them around. Bob does some magic. They get spat out as a
As equipment,
semi trailer.
as a semi-trailer.
That doesn't explain Bob's brother.
It
Another witch.
explains the quad bike.
It does explain the quad bike. It doesn't explain Bob's brother. So I've got another theory.
Okay.
This is another oddball one.
Is there a coven?
No.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with witches.
Okay.
It's science.
Oh,
Hmm.
Rick
Sounded
Sanchez,
okay.
Oh no.
in his various projects to remain immortal,
Mm-hmm.
he decides, what if I transfer my mind into that of a machine?
Reasonable.
But instead of experimenting on himself, like he did with Tiny Rick,
Okay.
he used just whoever.
Sure.
Some Jerrys, maybe a couple of Mortys.
Who in the Bob the Builder series is the Jerry? That started.
Spud.
Holy shit.
Lofty is the Morty.
Oh my god. Stop. This is spooky. Oh my
The
god.
various just random other people for the other people, if not like fucking other Mortys who are different, more confident.
Summer is a cement mixer.
But do Bob and Wendy know? Are they in?
I think they're in on it. They've got to be in on it.
Yeah.
So does everyone
That's
in the
why
town
they're
just
still
look the other
human.
way?
Maybe they're an abandoned experiment of Rick.
Like, what about the mayor and stuff like that? Is everyone in the town in on it?
Well, Rick's capable of doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's built various tiny little dimensions to run things in.
That's true.
He built a whole parallel universe just to power his car.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the episode, but he created an imaginary world for his daughter to live in so he wouldn't have to fucking deal with her because she was a sociopath.
Oh my god.
Where the water's breathable, the ground is soft, and nothing can hurt her.
God. Sounds brutal.
Rick can do anything. So what's stopping him from making men into machines or AIs or whatever the fuck and just having some dudes be like, hey, you, watch this for me. I'll be back. And maybe he forgot about it.
Sure.
Or maybe he did and he just decided he didn't want to continue and couldn't be asked telling them.
He comes back and he picks some people and turns them into machines and tries again and again and again to get it right before he does it to himself. So all the people turn a blind eye and try and suck up to Rick because they don't want
The
to be.
Almighty God. From
They
another
want
world.
to be turned to last because they got the best chance of being a good machine.
God.
What if Bob's a Rick?
What if Rick just has like a model train village, and he's using Bob the Builder and the machines to just build terrain?
Yeah, it's possible. It's Rick.
That's why with every episode, there's no like continuity between the episodes of Bob the Builder. There's no like, oh, there's the skyscraper from last season.
They're his landscaper.
The only time there's continuity in Bob the Builder is when they're building that tiny town, and that tiny town that's environmentally friendly never gets finished.
Yeah.
So it's
When it gets finished, it gets taken.
exactly.
Here's my problem with the Rick Sanchez argument, though.
All right.
I feel like it can apply to any question on From a Hat.
Well, yeah,
So I feel like it's like because.
but I've never used it before.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Everybody gets one.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Everybody gets one. Yeah. That's what I'm going with. Fuck reasoning anything else.
I mean-
Jesus Christ.
We got a witch theory.
Yeah.
We got a Rick Sanchez theory.
One of them's right.
Well, what else could it be?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. They're made of clay.
Are they?
Well, I mean, if you want to get real meta with it. Like, it's not like... Well, if you want to go back to the myth of Prometheus, when the first man was made of clay, I was merely talking about, in the show, their claymation.
But what if they're made of clay?
What?
They're literally made of clay.
What if they're all golems?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh.
What if they're all golems?
If they're all made of the same thing. Some people just take on machine form. And
Some people
just
would rather
machine
be a
form.
machine.
What if some people
Uh-huh.
needed to defend their town?
Right. From
A
trains.
threat.
Okay.
A threat doesn't have to be trains.
Okay.
So
Should be trains.
they build
Country trains.
Yeah.
golems. And after building these golems, they're like, well, the threat is defeated. They're like, well, we need the golems won't go away now. We need to, we christen you Bob.
You become the god of this new world.
You are now a builder. You will repair things for us. And then they reshape the other golems to be his tools.
So who's the creator of the golem? Because they have to look totally
The
different.
mayor.
But he looks like a golem.
Maybe the golems are just well made.
Oh shit. They're like flesh golems.
Flesh golem.
Oh my god.
And metal golems and hay golems.
What if Spud's their like first attempt at a
Their
golem?
prototype.
Like the mayor shit. There's
What
a
do we
threat
have
coming.
lying around?
That was his first soldier. Maybe Spud was the army.
Are we back to witches?
No. We're on golems.
Who makes golems though?
The Jewish. You calling Jews
dear.
witches?
I don't think I'm the one doing that.
So the mayor, maybe he reads a book, decides, golems. I mean, we're living in a world with sentient trains.
Is the book Golems? Are they for you?
Maybe he's like he's got lapsed faith, but he's heard these legends and he gives it a go. And to fight off an oncoming threat, he starts small with a scarecrow, and it works. So he builds scarecrow armies, and then he builds a general to lead that army in Bob, and gives Bob weapons like vehicles to help him along the way. And after the war is over and he's defeated the oncoming threat, he gives Bob a new purpose. And with only one surviving scarecrow soldier left, he lets that scarecrow soldier live to remind him of the horror that he created. And he reshapes the vehicles to be tools, and he makes Bob Bob.
That's why he's the uncontested mayor.
That's why there's
There's never been more than one mayor.
That's
in the
why we
entire-
only ever see Bob, Wendy, and the machines in Spud. Because no one else is brave enough to talk to them. Which begs the question, what the fuck is Wendy? She a golem?
I think so.
Or
I
is
think she a golem.
person and thinks she's a golem?
Is she? I don't know. Is she the mechanic? Like, does she maintain?
I want to say she gets Bob's clients for him?
Yeah,
Like, she's the front office lady.
yeah. She's administrative.
But she goes out on jobs every now and again if he needs it.
Sure, but like it'll be like survey things and look at
Yeah.
client stuff. Yeah,
Maybe she's the
She's
architect.
quotes and stuff.
she's admin,
She's the architect.
architect.
She designs what Bob builds.
Yeah, and Bob's like, ah,
Cool.
wow.
Did she write the book?
The Golem book?
Yeah.
But how does that work? She's a golem. Is it
It says
circulatory? Is it cyclical?
Maybe?
What is Bob the Builder?
What is he?
What are a Bob?
What are a Bob? What are a Bob?
Oh my god, I'm gonna start pulling my hair out. This is doing me fucking a heckin' concern. Oh my god. Bob the Builder. I am still so uncertain, but I feel like Golems is slightly closer, and I feel like also it shouldn't be.
I don't know what else to say.
I'm scared of Bob.
I've been Ben.
I've been Jesse.
I'm going home.
Take me with you.
Bob, don't turn me into a tractor.
Tractor. You would be a tractor.
I
Liam
would.
would so be a tractor.
I'd be a fucking one of them shitty like crop duster things.
What machine would be if we were Bob? This is our first fake out ending.
You would be the you would be the big the Tonka loaders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about what I did to my cousin with one of those as I was a kid?
I'm sorry.
No.
When I was a kid, like me and my cousin, his name's Drew.
Uh-huh.
Alright, he's not been on the show.
Okay.
So he doesn't exist. Them's the rules.
Yep.
But because my family were all very close-knit, so me and my cousin, because we were born like a couple of months apart. Well, he was born in August, I was born in September.
Right.
So, and we were raised basically as brothers. We're the same age. Right?
Cool.
So when we were kids, we'd play around in the backyard. And one day I got frustrated and we were playing with these metal Tonka trucks.
Uh-huh.
And he did something that angered me. So I grabbed the metal Tonka truck and I smacked him in the head with it.
Gosh.
Oh right.
Done.
Now you've been bonded to that machine by blood. So
Now
you
I
definitely-
am that machine.
Yeah.
You would be that.
Liam would be a tractor.
I feel like you'd be attracted with like a little string of wheat.
What's worse than a tractor?
Pogo stick.
Roller skate.
One of those things. One of those things is like a tube, and you put a stake on the ground, and then you hammer it.
Oh, like
railroad
like a
spike?
stake driver.
Yeah,
Like a
to like
pig
put up
driver.
fences and things like that.
Yeah, I know the things you mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just an inanimate object that can't do anything.
You can't even move on your own.
No,
What about Jesse?
my face is on the inside.
Oh,
What?
that's sad.
What?
At least my face is on the
Do you
outside.
poke it in with your tongue?
Is my face on the outside? I assumed my face was on the front.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
And it's good because like your
It's not gonna
glasses
be
would
in
be
the
the
bucket.
windows.
Oh, yeah. What colour would I be?
Yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't get to choose.
What colour would Liam be?
Pink.
Brown.
Rust.
Pink, brown, rust.
Well, Rust is brown.
What would Jesse be?
I don't bloody know. Probably like a
Crane.
Crane?
Maybe. Oh, what's it called? A ladder.
No, I don't want to be a ladder.
One of those ladders that you have on like the infomercial.
A cherry
ads, they're
picker!
like-
I was going to suggest one of those like claw machines that cut down trees that like
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
shear the branches off and then just
Right.
go. Eh.
No, cherry picker.
Okay, I'll be a cherry picker. I don't mind.
You're a cherry picker.
I work with electricals.
An electric green cherry picker.
Heck yeah! That's actually my favorite
Camouflage
color.
in the forest.
A cherry picker that dwells in the forest.
Yeah.
A wild cherry picker.
Yeah. I'm out here picking cherries.
You want some cherries? You want some cherries?
Hey!
Hiya, Georgie. Hiya, Georgie. Hiya, Georgie.
Yeah.
Want some cherries? You want some cherries?
What? Oh! Without your cherries.
What are you doing?
Doing my Pennywise
Oh, yeah,
impression.
yeah. No, I just didn't know what the bottom was. The bottom? The
bottom.
end.
Anyway.
Literally.
Well, now that we've figured out what things we are in Bob's hellscape,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm sad again because I had to mention Bob. I've been Ben the
What's
Tonka truck.
what's your machine name?
Ben.
No, like
Oh,
Lofty and what's your machine
fucking
Bucket.
Bucket. I've been Bucket.
I've been Richie.
I've been whack.
I was gonna say cunt, but
To contact Phoenix and Ben, email them at fromahatpodcast@gmail.com or go to our Facebook or Twitter. Links are in the description.
This is our post-credit scene.
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Shawarma.
I'm scared again.